Hello my beautiful love goods, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're just doing a little mini tutorial using the T.O.O.L mod by Twisted Mexi. I will leave a link in the description down below to this mod. It's an incredible mod that I'm obsessed with, and it's super fun to use. But I'm gonna go ahead and do like a super fast mini tutorial on how to place windows in apartments. As you can see, I am in this little studio apartment in Medina Studios in San Myshuno, and as you can see, there are some windows that were not there originally. And you know, normally whenever you try to add windows to apartments, see, you can't add them. It says cannot make changes outside owned area. And as you can see, I've also added another window right here in the kitchen. So essentially how I do this is I will download the mod and everything. It takes a little bit of learning and getting used to, because it's very number based, but I'll go ahead and show you how I do this. So to start, if you want to get rid of some windows, let's jump back into live mode. This little window here, I don't want it here. I don't need it. It's unnecessary. It's so high up. I don't know what the point of it is, to be honest. So what you do is with the mod installed, you shift click and you'll see this little red button, this little red thing option here come up, and just hit that, and you can see elevate, move, rotate, and toggle active object. So the elevate will lift it up and down, so let's just say lift it 1 and it goes up 1. Isn't that cool? And then you just do -1 to make it go back down. It's pretty easy. Again, you can, you know, experiment with that however you want, but what we're going to do is to get rid of this window, we hit toggle active object, and then we go over here just to anywhere on the floor, and then shift click and then click tool options again, and then move active object here. And as you can see, it moves the window here, and we can just shift click it again to toggle it back to inactive. And you can see it's just kind of floating here. We can jump back into build mode and then just sell it like a normal window, and look at that, it's gone, and you don't have to deal with it again. Okay, so in order to place down a window, it's a little bit tricky, but once you understand what I'm doing, it actually is pretty easy. So I'm going to go ahead and draw a wall. This is basically going to help me line up where the window is going to be. So I want to put one of these just normal base game modern windows, like just to kind of keep it consistent, and place it right here in this little section, you know, like right here. You see where it lines up, you know, you'll see where I'm placing it in a second, but basically I'm just going to copy paste one of these, and I'm just going to place it anywhere. It doesn't really matter which, it doesn't have to line up or anything just yet, and then we're just going to leave it right there, and we're going to jump back into live mode. Live mode? Live mode. Leave in the comments whether you okay, that's going to sound weird. I was going to say leave in the comments if you say live mode or live mode, but then if you type it, it won't be any different, because yeah, you can anyway, totally unrelated. So what we're going to do here is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to toggle this as an active object. Well, actually you don't need to do this, but that's one way of doing it. Basically what we're going to do is shift click this and click tool, and then we're going to go to move. Okay, so this is where it gets tricky. You can see on the screen, I don't think you can see my cursor, unfortunately, but you can see on the screen there's some red and green lines. It might be kind of hard to tell in the video, but basically it's giving you some X and Y graph lines. Actually, you know what? I'm going to zoom out, and that way you can probably see it a little bit better. So just go to move. Yeah, you can see it way better now. And basically this is giving you the grid that we have, and we're going to be able to use that to move things. So again, this takes a lot of experimenting, because you have to think of it in the way the lot is placed. So it's different for all lots, so you have to really experiment. So we just want to move it 1 block up, basically, like the way we are oriented right now, just 1 block up. So I'm thinking we're going to do 1, 0, and that's 1 on the X and 0 on the Y. Okay, that was wrong. We will just go to tool and just move that back, and we'll just do -1, 0. Yeah, that actually wasn't right. But that did show us that instead of moving it on the X, we need to move it on the Y. So we're just going to go 0, 1 instead. Okay, again, that taught us wrong direction. Let's just go back 0, -1. And that moves it back to where it is. You kind of see how it works when you do this anyway. So it looks like in order to move to this side of the apartment, we need to go onto the negative on X. So -1, wait, no. on the Y. So 0, -1, and then look at that. Do you see that? Isn't that cool? And then we can just go ahead and we can remove this wall here. Look at that. Isn't that so cool? We basically placed down a window where it normally wasn't. Now, you can do this with any windows and they don't have to match. You can move these, you can delete these, you can do whatever you want. But see, we can't just grab this in build mode like normal. Like I can't grab this window in order to move it up to line up with the others. So in order to do that, we're just going to go back to Tool, and then we're going to click Elevate instead. And so what I've kind of deducted with experimenting is that at least with these windows and in this apartment, we just have to do 1 on this, and then boom, it lines it up, and it's perfect. Isn't that so great? Like, I am obsessed with this. My biggest complaint about some of these apartments in San Myshuno is that the window placements are really bad, and there's just a lot of things that keep me from being able to furnish them properly because of the windows. And now you can see, look at that. Isn't that so great? Isn't that so awesome? You can do this with any windows you want. You can go with tall windows, big windows, small windows. I'm starting to sound like one of those one of those weird 90s commercials, like big planes, small planes, fast planes, slow planes. I don't know. But yeah, this is basically the mod. Again, I'm not an expert at this mod. There's so many more things you can do with this mod. It's actually kind of amazing what you can do with it. You can do all sorts of really tricky things with rotating it to where you can rotate items like vertically and everything, and I don't know. I've seen a lot of creators throughout the community that use this mod do some really incredible things. So yeah, this is just a bare bones kind of tutorial. I just thought I'd give you all this. I know there's some creators here on YouTube that have probably already done these tutorials for this specific type of, mod and the idea of putting new windows in apartments, but I just thought I would show you all just so that there is multiple sources out there, so that everybody knows, because this mod's amazing. And again, I will leave a link in the description down below to Twisted Mexie's mods. These mods are great. This mod is kind of one of the most unique and incredible mods out there, and I genuinely am so blown away with how much impact you can actually have on the game whenever you use this, because this is just one small thing you can do with this mod. So it's definitely amazing. So yeah, be sure to let me know what you think of this video, and if I delivered the message properly. I hope that my rambling and my weird approach to things is understandable to some of you all, at least. I hope so. But yeah, that is basically it. Thank you all so very much for watching. Stay weird and beware of the nargles.